Back to my channel, Sagittarius. For all of you Sagittarius who have been here before, welcome. Welcome back. Thank you for all your lovely support. For those of you visiting for the first time, I thank you for coming by, and I know that you will enjoy and come to value the messages that come through for your collective. All right, Sagittarius. This is a general reading, and we're going to be looking at what's coming towards you in love and romance over the next few days. Sagittarius, again, this is a general, so if the messages don't quite resonate with your situation, do not force them to fit and do not panic. That's just all the more reason, Sagittarius, that you need to go ahead and click that subscription button and mash that notification bell so that as your messages drop over the next few days, you're the first one to know about it. All right, Sagittarius, let's get started. I'm going to pull some oracles for you from my Romance Angels deck, and then we'll dig in and clarify those messages further with the tarot. All right? So, Spirit, let's get some messages on the board for my wonderful Sagittarius. It is their season, it's their birthday season, and happy birthday to all of you Sagittariuses who are celebrating. I wish you all the best in the upcoming year. All right, Sagittarius. Let's get some messages for you from Spirit. What's coming at them? What do they need to know in regards to love and romance? This is for the next few days. What's coming at them? All right, Sagittarius, your first message comes by way of passion. And it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Your next message comes by way of free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Finally, we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. What I'm getting and feeling is this is a message that's going to be more specific for you Sagittarius who are either in the process of ending a connection that's been painful for you, or you have recently ended something. All right, because I'm feeling a lot of pain coming through with these cards. I'm feeling a lot of heartbreak type of energy. So this is what Spirit's letting me know is the general flow of this particular message. And with passion here, this is really about reconnecting with yourself and finding what brings you joy again, because I feel like a lot of you have been in really or are currently in a connection that is really fraught with pain. And I even feel like a lot of emotional abuse has occurred, a lot of emotional torment has occurred for many of you Sagittarians. And it's this energy that it's like, and it's probably just very true to your sign of Sagittarius. Like, this is an energy, I think, more than anyone else, probably in the zodiac, that you, Sagittarius, have a hard time dealing with, that you have a hard time freeing yourself from, right? Because the more lighthearted part of your nature doesn't want to get bogged down into things that can cause this type of pain to begin with. You'd rather be free to like roam and do what you want to do, right? And so when you do take the time to commit and tie yourself to a situation, the fact that it would end up being something that feels like torment is especially hard for you guys to deal with. So this is about you finding a way to sing your inner song again, a way that you can feel like you are happy and free, moving about and living your life, being free and going from one area of interest to another, right? Whether that's hanging out with friends, whether that's traveling, whatever it is that does that for you. It's like even you're finding yourself as you're trying to re engage back into those activities, you're having a hard time just freeing yourself from the pain because every time you turn around, you're seeing reminders of what it is that you've been going through. So, with this free yourself and taking back control of your life, even though that would normally in other types of situations be something that you guys may do with ease, this time around, you're struggling hard with that. You're having a really difficult time doing that. For those of you that are still in these connections that are problematic, you're having a hard time freeing yourself from the situation. Like there doesn't seem to be a clear way out. There doesn't seem to be a way that you can just kind of get out clean, right? It's like if you do leave, you're disrupting something that you may later feel guilty about, whether that's like a family situation that involves children, or it's like you just can't see a way to get free without completely being blamed. Like, for instance, that other person turning the blame on you when it really does belong to them. Okay. So you'll be out, but it'll be like you have this stain of, or you feel like you'll be perceived by others as having this stain of being wrong, being the bad guy, being the one who did the damage when it really was not you. It was your partner. Okay. But your partner, the manipulation that may be currently hurting you will continue to haunt you as you leave, or so you think. All right. So, forgiving and learning lets me know that, yeah, I mean, perhaps there were things that you did wrong, but the overall feeling that I'm getting from spirit here is that your wrongs pale by comparison to what was done to you in this connection. So, you're not the guilty party, okay? I mean, I think we all make mistakes in love, or we all do things that we may later regret, but that doesn't automatically render you the guilty party, right? If we weighed out this situation, Sagittarius, what we would find is that the weight of the situation, the wrong of the situation, that's really, that's really your partner, but your partner in their manipulative nature, because I'm getting a strong feeling of manipulative partners here. Um, your partner is refusing to take that on, and they are using their powers of manipulation. So basically, Sagittarius, one of the key things here is you're going to have to forgive yourself. And, I'm about to say something that I hate to hear said, but I'm going to say it and I'll explain why. You're also going to have to forgive your partner, and it is for your benefit, really. And I hate when people say that because it's like, okay, how cliche can you get? But in this case, this is true, right? I mean, not for nothing, Sagittarius. There are situations personally where I feel like, no, people don't deserve the forgiveness. But in this case, it's not you forgiving them out loud to their face. This is you just making a mental choice that you're going to forgive and you're going to move forward. All right. So, Sagittarius, let's dig in deeper to these messages with the tarot. Let me pull my deck in here and start shuffling. Spirit, We want some clear, accurate information, concise information that we can give Sagittarius to help unpack what we just talked about here with the oracles. Let's give them some messages for the next few days because I feel, Sagittarius, like for many of you, these upcoming next few days are going to be particularly difficult emotionally. And so here we go. We're going to look at how we can help you with that via the divine's advice and guidance. Okay. All right, Spirit, let's get some messages on the board for my beautiful Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, if you haven't already taken the time to subscribe, this would be a good time to go ahead and hit that subscription button. It is a wonderful way to energetically support my channel, and it's free to you, no money involved. How about that? All right, Spirit's advising me towards a few more shuffles here. And Sagittarius, I feel like for some of you, and this is not going to be all of you, obviously, but just for a few of you here, part of the fact that, you're in your birthday season and you're feeling this way is even making these next few days more difficult. So no one likes to feel this type of hurt and pain on or around their birthdays. All right, let's get these messages on the board. Our first message comes by way of the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Daughter of Swords in the reverse, which is the Page of Swords in the reverse. Next, we have the Ten of Swords, followed by the Three of Wands in the reverse. Wow. We have the Eight of Wands. And finally, the Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. All right, Scorpio. So I see pain personified here. Like this is intense what I'm getting here. So with the Wheel of Fortune, again, this is a feeling of what goes up comes down, and right now, unfortunately, you're on the crushing bottom side of this wheel. But the good news with that is this wheel continues to turn. It doesn't stay stationary. It doesn't stop. It just continues on and on. So even though you are feeling this crushing now, know that you will soon start to feel up again. And especially as you start to do what we were talking about earlier with reconnecting with what actually gives you that freeing, passionate feeling about life again. Okay. What is it? You just have to keep on keeping on, even though you can't see the finish line yet, as far as getting rid of this pain. You just have to know the finish line is there and you can get to it. All right. So, with this Page of Swords in the reverse, this is talking about being mindful about the things that you say and do right now. You have to stand in an energy of not going off the handle, right? Because I feel like some of you are being pushed in ways that could easily push you towards going off the handle. And then this allows that manipulative partner to get back into control and allows them to keep cutting you with their sword and keep drawing blood and keep drawing wounds in you emotionally that continue to keep you stuck in this cycle of pain. And for some of you that are with that person and trying to make a getaway, this is going to keep you stuck there when you know it's time to move on. So, being wise with your words, not allowing yourself to get put into a corner emotionally to where you feel like the only way to come out is swinging. In other words, we're not talking physically, but we're talking with your words emotionally and mentally. Okay. And for those of you who might be in that situation where there is some type of physical abuse going on, or you feel like you're pushed to physically abuse someone, I want you to get help right away. All right. None of us should be in situations where that is key. So if you do feel as if you are in a corner to where you have to come out swinging physically, I want you to really get a grip on yourself and not take that type of action, because the other thing that I'm seeing here with that is that this will turn against you in the way of, not only will this person have you, again, like we said, with their manipulation, um, in the in a position to make you the bad guy, but it will also bring in a different type of pain for you, like the pain of dealing with the legal ramifications of what you've done, right? Like manipulating you to push you into that corner, and then when something happens, they call the police and it's all on you, right? So I don't want to see any of you going down that road, and so I would caution you to keep your wits about you as far as controlling your temper, controlling your anger, not allowing any quick bursts of anger to get you in any type of situation that's not easy to get out of, Sagittarius. And I'm sorry to speak on that to the collective, because I know that that does not apply to all of you. However, this is a strong message coming through for some of you. So it's a warning that this person may be brewing in their mind some type of situation to push some of you into that corner. And to be forewarned is to be forearmed. When it happens, be cool. Okay, that's the best way I can say it. Get yourself away from the person without any physical altercations. All right, with this 10 of swords, again, this is the total crush of this situation in love that's been going on. Many of you have been cheated on multiple times. You've been manipulated to acting in ways that you don't normally act. You've been manipulated into living in situations that you wouldn't normally ever think to live through. And this is just a crushing. Ten of Swords is as bad as it gets as far as pain and heartbreak. So some of you are in that energy, and it's because you walked away from something where all of this type of thing was going on, and then some of you are still there in this situation. For those of you that walked away, congratulate yourself on being able to free yourself from a situation like this, where it's a 10 of swords thing, 10 swords to the back. Like, the ability to free yourself from that situation is commendable, and you should be giving yourself a round of applause. Like, seriously, I don't say that facetiously, that is serious. To walk away is, under those circumstances, is so commendable. It may feel like all out pain and agony still at this point, but no, you have freed yourself, and that's beautiful. Okay, keep putting one foot in front of the other. For those of you still in this situation, this 10 of swords just really drives home why it's so important for you to free yourself, why this particular message is key to this whole reading. There, you should not be living through that. You don't deserve that, Sagittarius, and you have to know that you don't deserve it. And with the 3 of wands in the reverse, you no longer can put your eggs in this basket of this relationship. It's time to go. It's not time to wait. The 3 of swords is very, or 3 of wands rather, is very much about waiting for what you want in a particular situation. This isn't about, no, we're it's time to go. It's time to freaking go. There's nothing else here to gain. I don't care how much I loved this person or how good it was at one time. There's nothing here to gain anymore. So the sooner you free yourself and can get back to what really drives you, what really makes you happy, putting that focus on yourself and healing, the better off you'll be. Because the longer you stay, unfortunately, Sagittarius, there's still room for more swords here, and more swords will be delivered. So this is the wall that you're up against, metaphorically. Okay. Unfortunately, with this Eight of Wands here, what I'm seeing is you have it in you. Like the Eight of Wands, wands are of the fire element. And this Eight of Wands, like she's throwing her wand like a javelin. Like, you know, she is, yeah, she's doing it. That lets me though know, Sagittarius, that there's still fire in you to get there, to get out, to get free, to be gone. There's still fire in you that will allow you to push forward towards your own inner passions, right? There's still that fire in you. It may feel hidden at this moment because you are, you know, you have to pull these swords out your own back, it seems. However, there's still that fire in you. It's still there. You can get there and you still have the strength to do it. Okay? Now, again, this is the fire element. Your sign, Sagittarius, is of a fire sign. This is you. This is you and your element. This lets me know it's not all over for you, even though for some of you, and I keep talking this way because I keep picking up from spirit on a feeling for many of you that you feel like it's all over for you, and it is not. The Eight of Wands is a clear, clear indication that you will come out of this a winner. And again, it goes back to that message of forgiving, not only yourself, but just the whole situation. And just saying, you know what? I'm done. I'm walking away. And I'm going to put one front of the other and move into this next phase that spirit has set up for me. And with the Eight of Wands, what's really coming out to me right now as I look at this card, yes, she's throwing her wand, but she's not throwing it all willy-nilly in the air. She has a target and her eyes are clearly focused on that target. She knows exactly what she's doing, where she's going. Reconnect with what it is that you need to engage in your own heart space so that you know exactly what your target is and where you need to go. Okay? With this night, I apologize. There's a phone ringing in the background. I apologize for the disruption. All right. With this Daughter of Pentacles, which is the um, Page of Pentacles in most decks, this is again, look how focused she is on this coin, right? This is about your inner focus, your desire, your fire to go and get what you want, right? Like you have this inner motivation that can't be matched, Sagittarius. It's just a natural part of your nature. And so, refocusing, you've been focused on this whole love situation, you've been focused on this part, and now as you reclaim your focus and move it on to what's next, this is going to be key, right? So for those of you that find yourself in utter heartbreak and utter pain, know that in order to make it better right now in these upcoming days and these next few days, the thing that can get you through without having to feel every drop of that pain is going to be your focus. What's next for you? What can you create next in your life? And if it's not something next in love, regather your focus and put it on another area of your life that you can work on while you're moving through this pain, so that you can get to the other side of just this heartache that you're feeling. And the faster you can do that, the faster you can get through this heartache, right? Because the Eight of Wands is a card of fast movement. So your focus is what picks up your ability and quickens your ability to make it through to the other side of this heartbreak. All right, let me grab my clarifying deck here and let's get some messages from Spirit. I mean, I think Spirit has told us pretty plain and clear here how to get through these next few days, and how to deal with your situation at hand, okay? But we're going to get some additional advice in the form of action steps here from Spirit in regards to what it is that you need to do, what you need to accomplish over the next few days to help you get through this heartbreak, or this feeling of just being so low that you've been experiencing in regards to love, Sagittarius. Spirit, let's give Sagittarius some very straightforward messages to help them, something that they can refer back to over and over again in their mind over the next few days that helps them, because Spirit, it's their birthday season, it's the holiday season. No one wants to be wallowing in pain at this time, not at this time of the year. So let's get it going. Let's get them on to the next. Spirit, give us the advice that will propel Sagittarius's healing. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. The Six of Swords in the reverse again. Well, I was going to say again, it almost feels like that came out for you, but it hasn't. Okay. And the Moon. All right. So, what I'm getting here, Sagittarius, is again, remember we spoke earlier about how your partner has this ability to manipulate a situation in order to make it seem like you're the bad guy. Remember that? Well, with the Six of Wands, Spirit is doubling down on that message that we spoke about then, about just getting out of the situation, right? No matter what kind of manipulation your partner is up to, right? Just moving away from it. And for those of you that are already on the outside of this relationship, and your partner is still in these streets out here talking crap about you, this applies to you as well, right? Your partner might be out there saying things, or your ex partner might be out there saying things to make you look bad to others. With the Six of Wands in the reverse, this is talking about not looking for, um, not being concerned with that at this time, because when the Six of Wands is in the upright, this is a person who is they're part of a parade, right? They're being honored as the good guy, right? So Spirit is saying don't be looking for that type of don't look for that at this time. It's okay. Let your partner say whatever the hell they want to say. All right? You just keep on stepping forward, minding your own business, because it's kind of like, if you watch the news at all, right? And this ongoing 24-hour news cycle that we are in this world at this time, what's like blowing up in huge, what's scandalous all over the news today, in 2 or 3 days they'll have moved on to something else. That's what Spirit is saying. Right now it might seem bad, but very soon all of that all of that talk that you're hearing, all that backbiting, all of this craziness that may be going on around you because of this partner, all of the things that they would have other people believe, that won't even be big news. in a very short time. People will have moved on from it, right? And then some of them, some of those people who may be currently believing this bullshit that your ex-partner or your partner is spewing, in a few days from now, it's like they're going to sit back and they're going to say, you know what? I know Sagittarius. I've known Sagittarius for some time now, and that ain't even like them. I don't know if I should believe that really or not. Or, you know what? I only know Sagittarius through their partner, but whenever I was around Sagittarius, I didn't feel like they were like what their partner is saying. So it's like, again, with this wheel of fortune, the wheel never stops. Right now, you know, your position is down here and you may be feeling crushed by the wheel, but soon you'll be coming up again, right? You'll be taking your position at the top. So the wheel doesn't stop, it keeps turning. And right now you're down, but what's down will soon be up. That's that's the message coming through with the 6 of wands in the reverse. With the 6 of swords in the reverse, right? What spirit is saying is don't get stuck in the situation. It's just doubling down. Don't get stuck in the situation. Don't stay because you're worrying about how this is going to make you look when you get out to the outside, right? Or for those of you that have already left, don't look back on what you think other people are saying and feeling about your walking away from this, okay? Don't allow yourself to go backwards. So with the 6 of swords in the upright, this is a person getting away from a bad situation. Many of you have already done that. Some of you are in the process of it, right? But to return to the bad situation would be horrible. So don't allow yourself to be guilted into going back. I feel a strong element of guilt is going to come into play for some of you over the next few days, right? Like, don't allow those guilt feelings to pull you back into something that you do not belong in. Stay firm. Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back. Okay. With the moon, you're going to find out some things, number one, that you were not aware of while in the situation. All right. So when you make your exit or after having exited here in the next few days, you're going to find out something that was going on with your ex partner that you had no idea about. And that news I'm feeling is going to come from someone in your circle. They're going to come forward and tell you something that they heard, or they're going to forward and tell you something that they may have known about or saw with your partner. Okay. And it's going to be, this is the moon. This is no small secret. This is going to be huge. And more so when this happens, when you are made aware of this news, Spirit is telling me you'll be glad that you're on the outside of the connection with that partner, because you're going to be like, it's going to make things make sense. You know, like, make things make sense. Make things make sense. It's going to make things make sense as to why this was not the connection for you. Okay. For others of you, this is talking about, yes, getting out of this is no easy feat, because with this 10 of swords, oh my God, this isn't something easy to free yourself from. But again, you have what it takes to do it, right? And when you get out, if you notice, there's this path going here. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There's a path here. It's a long winding path that you'll be traveling, right? And you're just going to have to focus on putting one foot in front of the other, because unlike the sun, this is the moon. When the moon is out, it's dark. So if you've ever been out in the middle of an open field at night with no other light around but the moon, it can be shadowy, it can be dark, it can feel like there's millions of things out here that you don't know what could come out of, from behind a tree or something and grab you. Like it's that kind of scary scene. Being on the outside of this for a moment is going to feel like a walk in the dark. But Spirit's saying, keep walking. We will illuminate your path. Okay. So know that every dark night, the sun comes up the next day, right? So you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I hope that made sense. All right. Yeah, because intuitively you'll be guided if you'll listen. And the divine definitely has your back. They're going to protect you from the wild beasts. You just have to keep going one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. And the good thing about it is, with this being the moon, not everyone will see all that you go through, right? And I feel like for a lot of you, again, there's this element of being seen as the bad guy that gives you pause, but not everyone will see you that way. Okay? Because if this were the sun, it would be like clear, bright light of day where everyone sees everything. No, not everyone will see everything here. It is not that guilt of being seen that way is one of your ex partner or your partner's most powerful weapons against you. They know they can manipulate that to make you act in certain ways, to make you stay or to make you come back. So, with it being the moon, know that that's an illusion. It's an illusionary tactic that they're using on you to make you do what they want you to do. And it doesn't have to be that way. All right, Sagittarius, I feel for you. Keep your head up, keep one foot in front of the other. If these messages have been helpful, please go ahead and subscribe on your way out. And I want the best for you. And I'll see you in the next reading.